पार्टनरशिप फंडामेंटल्स के बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट्स, these concepts are very very important. इतने necessary है that you need to know all of them to understand partnership better. पार्टनरशिप का कोई भी सम करने के पहले you have to know these concepts. Let's start. When two or more people come together to do business, they can create a partnership. जब दो से ज्यादा लोग साथ में बिजनेस करते हैं, इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट ऑल रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस आर ऑलरेडी डिसाइडेड, बिकॉज आगे जाके किसी को भी झगड़ा नहीं करना, राइट? सो यूजुअली these rules and regulations are written down in a partnership deed. Now, let's understand the partnership deed better. A partnership deed can be oral, which means partners आपस में बातचीत करके verbally discuss कर सकते हैं all the rules and regulations and decide them. Or a partnership deed could be written. Now, obviously, a written partnership deed is far more preferable over the oral because एक written proof होता है of all the rules and regulations, ताकि आगे जाके कभी भी conflict हो, you can always refer to this written partnership deed. Now let's discuss the contents of a written partnership deed. First, the name and address of the partners, मतलब owners of the business. Then, the name and address of the firm, मतलब फर्म का नाम एंड कहां से फर्म बिजनेस करता है. देन द प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग रेशियो बिटवीन द पार्टनर्स. देन क्या फर्म पार्टनर्स को इंटरेस्ट ऑन कैपिटल देगा एंड अगर देगा तो एट व्हाट परसेंट. देन क्या फर्म पार्टनर्स को सैलरी देगा एंड अगर सैलरी देगा तो हाउ मच. एंड देन क्या फर्म पार्टनर्स से इंटरेस्ट ऑन ड्रॉइंग्स चार्ज करेगा एंड अगर करेगा तो at what percent. So not only this, but a lot of other things also can be included inside a written partnership deed. Now, obviously, a partnership deed is very important for the peaceful existence of business. However, you must remember that it is not compulsory for a business to have a partnership deed. एंड अगर पार्टनरशिप डीड है ही नहीं, विच मीन्स कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हो सकता है, आगे जाके इश्यूज हो सकता है. सो वेन एवर अ पार्टनरशिप डीड इज एब्सेंट और साइलेंट, द इंडियन पार्टनरशिप एक्ट 1932 कम्स इनटू द पिक्चर. लॉ ने आपको चांस दिया था पार्टनरशिप डीड बनाने का, बट अगर आप नहीं बनाएंगे, इन दैट केस द इंडियन पार्टनरशिप एक्ट 1932 विल कम इनटू पिक्चर एंड विल डिसाइड फॉर यू. अब जो लॉ बोलेगा आपको मानना पड़ेगा, नो एक्सेप्शंस. सो व्हाट डज द इंडियन पार्टनरशिप एक्ट टॉक अबाउट? The first thing that it talks about is that the profit sharing ratio between all the partners is always going to be equal. चाहे एक पार्टनर ज्यादा काम करे, दूसरा कम काम करे, चाहे एक पार्टनर ज्यादा कैपिटल कंट्रीब्यूट करे, दूसरे कम करे, the profit sharing ratio will always be equal, no exceptions. Then the second thing, when a partner gives a loan to the firm must pay interest to the partners at 6% per annum. It is compulsory for the firm to pay interest on loan to the partner at 6% per annum. So, two things that the Partnership Act talks about. The first, equal profit sharing ratio, and second, interest on loan at 6% per annum. ये दोनों चीज को छोड़ के everything else is disallowed. Nothing else is allowed. For example, interest on capital नहीं, salary to partner नहीं, interest on drawings नहीं, कुछ भी और नहीं, बस वो दो चीजें. That's it. Now, let's revise these concepts with the help of a practice example. A, B, and C are in partnership. How will you settle the following disputes in the absence of a partnership deed? अगर partnership deed absent है, so as discussed, the Indian Partnership Act 1932 will come into the picture and act जो बोलेगा वो partners को मानना पड़ेगा. Let's start with the first conflict. B, who has contributed the highest capital, demands interest on capital at 6% per annum. Partnership Act तो does not talk about any interest on capital, therefore नहीं चलेगा. Then C, who works full time for the partnership, demands salary of rupees 1 lakh. सी चाहे फुल टाइम काम करे, पार्ट टाइम करे या ना करे, उसे कोई सैलरी नहीं मिलेगी एज पर द इंडियन पार्टनरशिप एक्ट 1932. नंबर 3, ए डिमांड्स इंटरेस्ट एट 12% पर एनम ऑन लोन एडवांस्ड बाय हिम ₹50,000. मतलब ए ने फर्म को 50,000 रुपए का लोन दिया. द फर्म इज सपोज टू पे इंटरेस्ट टू ए बट नॉट एट 12% per annum, only at 6% per annum. So the amount is 6% of 50,000 3,000 rupees interest will be paid by the firm to partner A. Moving on to the fourth. C withdraws rupees 10,000 for personal use. A and B demand him to pay interest on drawings. The Partnership Act does not talk about interest on drawings, तो कोई interest on drawings charge नहीं होगा C को. Then, A and B demand interest at 10% per annum on loan advance to C rupees 20,000. In this case, the firm has given a loan to the partner of 20,000 and Indian Partnership Act does not make it compulsory for the partner to pay interest. It only makes it compulsory for the firm to pay interest at 6% per annum. So in this case, it is not necessary for C to pay interest on his loan. And the last one. B wants profits to be shared in the ratio of capitals. The profits will always be shared equally between the partners, no exceptions. That's what the decision will be in this conflict. So, I hope you followed the entire basic concepts under 10 minutes. Please like, share and subscribe and spread the message to your friends. See you.